Hey guys, so I've had a couple people ask me how to do the assignments. It's the people that haven't done them. So I figured I'd go over it. So first off, the first thing I want to show you is I post everything. So like this is the video from yesterday because obviously I haven't posted this video because I'm making it. So, but today's assignment we're going to be using distance formula day 2. So if you click on that, like legitimately actually click on it, then you get to this screen. It says, here's today's notes. To get credit for today's notes, you must answer questions and add questions, answer questions, or note something that you learned from the video. A lot of you mostly just note something you learned from the video, but if you could also look for people's questions. By the way, I don't understand is not a question. You need to be specific. Say, here in the video, I don't really get what's going on. Or have like a specific question about the process. I don't understand is super unhelpful in class, but I can usually get out of you what you don't understand. When we're in this situation and scenario, it's really, really hard for me to be able to pull out of you what you don't understand because you're not there with me. And usually by the time I'm getting around to seeing that you don't understand, then I can't super help. My office hours are between 12 and 3. That's when I answer emails. That's when I start looking at grading stuff. That's when I finally get around. I'm doing stuff all day long. I feel like I'm doing double the work that I used to. It's exhausting, but I'm doing it because I care about you guys. Okay. Also, if you look right here, are the notes. So if I actually click on this link right here, that one, that link, click on it. Okay. Notice I clicked on it. There was the little circle that went, woohoo. I clicked on it. Okay. If you open these, they'll sometimes open a new tab. This is the notes for that video. You can either write on them on your screen, so you'd have to download them to your drive and then upload them into a thing that allows you to write on them. Or you can just print them out and write on them yourself, or you can just reference them and make your own notes. These are just here for you guys if you want them. Okay, so that's where the notes are. Then I expect you to make comments. Obviously, no one's made comments on this video today. Why? Because it just posted 3 minutes ago. So there's that. All right. So now if I go back to my homepage, then I can look at, waiting for it to load, here's the using distance formula learning activity. So I can click on that. Now, this is a little bit longer. Notice that this is just giving you points, which means you're going to have to sketch a graph of it if you want a picture like what I do. Okay. I do that several times in the video. And if you want, maybe tomorrow's intro video, I'll do something like where I'll go through a few of these questions. All right. Now, if I go back to modules, so if you've missed a day, this is where you need to go. You need to go to modules. Okay. In Unit 9, it shows everything. So Pythagorean theorem was where we started last week. Then here was the next assignment. Then parallel and perpendicular lines day 1 and day 2 was last week. It was Thursday and Friday. So this was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Notice there was only one learning activity for that. Here's a thing on distance formula. If you super were not understanding distance formula, it's got several videos in there. It's extra help. That's really all it is. Okay, using distance formula day 1 is right here. This is what you did yesterday. Using distance formula day 2 is what you're doing today. Here's what you're doing tomorrow. And here's the one learning activity for these 3 days of notes. Okay, so I give you 3 days of notes, but only one assignment. Does that make sense? All of these notes end up being 10% of your grade. So you see that little, here, let me zoom in. Do you see this little like chat box type thing? This is what tells you it's a discussion. All you need to do to get points for discussion is make a comment about the video. Either it's a question about the video, something you don't understand, it's an answer to somebody's question, or it's a comment about something that you've learned. It's basically your way of telling me, yes, I watched this video. Okay, it's my way of guaranteed you show up to class. Now, the thing about these comments is that if they're late enough, so I'll leave them open for 2 weeks. If they're late enough, I'm going to start docking them to 50%. The reason that I'm docking them is because 1, it doesn't require math skill to be able to comment on a video. 2, after a while, other students aren't looking at this, and your questions are no longer going to help another student, and your answers to questions aren't going to be seen. Okay, so like this would be like if you didn't show up to class. Now I'm just docking you 50% instead of you just didn't show up to class at all. Okay. Um, and then using the distance formula learning activity, this is for this week. I will be posting the review for PC24 later this week, and um, this is the discussion post, which is where I'm going to have the video just like I normally do in class, where I go over I make a set of notes that look like the review, and then I go over them. And then you can use those notes on the test. And then here's the actual review. And then here are the proficiency checks. These will be this Thursday, and I will leave it open. I will post the password. It'll be Thursday through, no, I'll just have it open and then you guys can test. I will talk more about that on Thursday's intro video. Okay? I love you guys. You so got this. I know it's a lot, but unfortunately we are starting to cover stuff that they do have on the ACT. So I do need to cover it. And this is stuff that they expect you to know next year. Like, this is stuff that generally in most other schools they cover during third quarter. So we had a really easy third quarter. So now, unfortunately, our fourth quarter is packed with stuff that you need to know. All right. Love you guys. Bye.